Welcome to class 4. So today we are going to continue what we have started in the last video. Okay, do you remember the poem that we have started? Yes, it's a Gnosis poem. That's in unit 2. Okay, for what purpose we are using our nose? For breathing as well as to smell. Yes, very good. Now, let me read the poem once again for you. I looked in the mirror and looked at my nose, and it's the funniest thing the way it grows, stuck right out where all of it shows, with two little holes where the breathing goes. I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space to spare with my nose, like a handle sticking there. If ever you want to giggle and shout and can't think of what to do it about, just look in the mirror and then no doubt you'll see how funny your nose sticks out. I read the poem for you. Now shall we sing a song of this poem? Okay, now listen to the song of this poem, and if you can, join with the song. Okay.
I looked in the mirror and looked at my nose. It's the funniest thing, the way it grows.
I looked in the mirror and looked at my nose. It's the funniest thing, the way it grows.
Funniest,
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 funniest.
stuck right out where all of it shows, with two little holes where the breathing goes.
I looked in the mirror, I looked at my nose. It's the funniest thing, the way it grows.
My nose sticks out like a handle. I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair.
I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair.
And between there isn't much space to spare with my nose, like a handle sticking there.
I looked in the mirror, I looked at my nose. It's the funniest thing, the way it grows.
It sticks out like a
handle.
If ever you want to giggle and shout and can't think of what to do it about,
If ever you want to giggle and shout and you can't think of what to do it about,
just look in the mirror and then no doubt you'll see how funny your nose sticks out.
I looked in the mirror, I looked at my nose. It's the funniest thing, the way it grows.
It makes me want to giggle. Look at my nose. It's the funniest thing. Funniest thing.
Did you listen to the song? Was it good? Okay, now shall we move on to the explanation? Okay, so the poet who wrote this poem, Gnosis poem, was written by Eileen Fisher. So she is Eileen Fisher. Okay, so first stanza we have finished in the last video itself, but I go with a recall. Okay, I looked in the mirror and I looked at my nose. It is the funniest thing, the way it grows, stuck right out where all of it shows, with two little holes where the breathing goes. So what's happening in this poem? A little girl, so the poet is talking about, it's talking to a little girl, and then the little girl is telling, I looked in the mirror and I looked at my nose. So whenever she looks at the mirror, she looks at her nose, and what she finds out, she finds it is a very funny. Do you know why? Because it is coming out of her face. See, now when you look at your face, your nose look like it's coming out of your face. So that's why it looks so funny. So she laughed. Okay, next. Stuck right out where all of it shows with two little holes where the breathing goes. So what she's telling, all of my nose is shown through these two holes in my nose. It looks very strange. Strange means different. Okay, so for what purpose we are using these holes in our nose? These are used by us to take in air to our lungs and giving it out the air as well. So for the breathing purpose, we are using, for breathing in and out, we are using our nose, as well as to smell also we are using our nose. Okay, next. I looked in the mirror and saw in there. So again what she's saying, so that's what we are going to see. Okay, again she's looking at the mirror and she's seeing herself. She looked at herself. The end of my chin and the start of my hair. See, now in the first boy the arrow shows, right? So that's your end. Okay, and then the second boy shows his forehead. That's where our hair starts to grow. Okay, so the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space to spare with my nose, like a handle sticking there. See, now here the poet is comparing the face as well as the door. See how the handle in our door, how it fixed in between. In the same way our nose is also fixed in our face. So that's how the poet is comparing. Okay, so just like a handle is fixed onto your door, our nose is placed in the middle of our face. So that's what the poet is telling. Now next, if you ever want to giggle and shout. See, giggle means see how this mouse is laughing. So that's what giggle. Or shout. Now see how this boy is shouting. So if you want to giggle, it means laughing. Okay, if you want to giggle or shout, what you have to do, if ever you want to giggle and shout and can't think of what to do it about. So if you want to giggle, if you want to laugh, or if you want to shout, or if you want to think about something else, just look in the mirror and then no doubt you'll see how funny your nose sticks out. So if ever she wants to laugh at something but cannot find one, she can look at her nose in the mirror. She says, the poet is telling that the child will find it so funny. See, when you look at this second man, you laugh, you'll start to laugh, right? So that's what funny, it will be so different. So it's so different and strange the way her nose too grows out of her face. So when you look at your face in the mirror, you will start to giggle, you will start to shout, and you will start to laugh. So that's what the poet is telling to the child. Okay, do you understand the poem? Okay. From this poem, what we understand is all of us have different types of faces and our features also different. Our nose will be different, our friend's nose will be different, so and eyes, everything will be different, but we must feel happy with what we are. So how we look, we must be happy, and whatever we have, we must be happy with it. Okay, do you understand? So this is what the poem is telling us. Okay. The new words we learn from this poem, mirror. So you know mirror, you have seen mirror in your house. And then funniest. So I told you it looks very different. So that's what funniest means. Breathing. So breathing, what we are breathing? We are breathing air in and out. And then sticking. Sticking means, see this one. This is the hook, so plastic hooks, so you have seen in your house. So this will be sticked into onto the wall. So this is what sticking means. And then giggle. So giggle, you have seen how the giggle also means laughing. Okay, so these are the new words you have learned from this poem. Okay, do you all understand the poem? Okay, thank you.